What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another FC26 video where we are entering into the final 24 hours of Team of the Year, and it is fair to say it has been incredibly underwhelming this year. A fair few things to talk about before we get into the content today. First of all, there is a new season with those new World Tour Silver icons and a new season pass. I did make a video on that earlier on today. If you want to go and check that out, feel free to do so. We won't cover any of that stuff in today's video because we've already done it. Also, EA did release their January feedback update, which I want to read to you guys in full towards the end of the video because by golly is it bad. With that being said, let's take a look at what we get for today with anything new. I am already working on these icons. I want to get them sooner rather than later. Nothing in live events. There is a lot of live events like planned though. We've got Team of the Year Daily Play is back for one more final day. Team of the Year Victory Lap, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through that. Wouldn't mind it, but I'm not really going to stress about it either. And so yeah, almost unexpectedly, there's nothing here. Like, I wasn't expecting, like, loads of stuff here because we got some things at the start of the season today, but I expected something for sure. If you want to use the best players in FC26, there's only one sure way to get them. U7Buy gives you some of the best prices around to buy Ultimate Team coins. It's fast, safe, and reliable, and if you use my discount code NEP at checkout, you get an extra 8% off their prices. But that's not all. U7Buy are giving away 5 million coins every day for free. Just follow the link below to find out more. And so with that, guys, like I said, I just want to show you guys the fact that there is some stuff coming. So in tournaments, we've got the Season 5 Completionist Cup upcoming. It doesn't actually say when it's coming. Oh, it does. It says it starts in 34 days and 23 hours. Cool. Glad to know that's on its way. Live events. We've got Team of the Year Live Event 6, Season 5 Gauntlet, which you can do 3 times per day. It's only 2 rounds. I did that just to try and get the objectives done and dusted. We've got the Future Stars Youth League that starts tomorrow and World Tour Silver Superstars League 5 that starts in 29 days. I have a lot to talk about with the icons, but I think we'll talk about it a little bit later. And then versus AI, of course, there's nothing new. And then when we go to the competitive tab, we do have Ultimate Gauntlet 10 coming up in 4 days' time. Evolutions. Once again, guys, it is fair to say that evolutions throughout Team of the Year have been nothing short of diabolical. Even if we ignore the fact that EA have removed the ability to evo our icons and those really, really cool silver icons that everybody was enjoying, the evos during Team of the Year have honestly been shocking. Nobody's created a card that's Team of the Year worthy, and that's really sad. EA have always got a great opportunity with evos. Even if they made like an evo, like a 100,000 coins and potentially up to 5 boosts, 100,000 coins a boost, so you can kind of like, oh, if you can only afford 3 of them, you go through 3 boosts or whatever, but you end up with like a 93, 94 rated card that you could be proud of in your club. That would be really nice. But we got nothing unless we got something today. We got the Tiki Tactician. So this one, oh, it's playstyles again. Ping pass, press proven, first touch, tiki taka, technical, finesse shot, tiki taka plus, and 1-star weak foot. I've got to be honest, first of all, I actually really like this as an evo. This is a sort of thing you would want to put on someone new again, though. What I just wish, like I can give this Miles Lewis Skelly first touch, tech, and probably finesse shot, unless he already has that. Yeah, he doesn't, so he'd gain finesse shot as well. The problem with an evo like this is, like, let's say you've got a player that you want, I don't know, technical on, but he doesn't have ping pass. Now ping pass is the first one. So you like, this is a sort of one, right, where you've got to apply it to an incredibly, well, not an incredibly low rate player. Basically, you've got to apply it to somebody that doesn't yet have play styles. And then what they end up with is actually really good play styles, right? Ping pass, tiki plus, finesse shot, technical, first touch, and press proven. That is an wonderful assortment of a wonderful assortment of playstyles, and it gives you room for 2 more and a playstyle plus as the game develops. So it's a good starting point again. But again, people don't want to keep starting Evos. People want to build their Evos, build the cards they've been playing with you. Like every day, we don't want to have to start a new bloody Evo just to have something to do, you know? So, yeah, it's actually not a bad Evo. I do think it's going to be downvoted. And then we've got nothing new outside of that, unfortunately. Team of the Year honorable mention, Build Your Evo, guys, which, again, this one was pretty poor, like if we're being perfectly honest. Has got 1 day left. Nothing in rewards. Nothing that we care about in cosmetics. And nothing in training camp. That leaves us with SBCs. Now, there was a rumor. There was a murmuring. There was a lie that the 82 by 25 was going to be repeatable today. It's not. It was a great, big, fat lie. What we do have, though, is Team of the Honourable Mentions Ryan Gravenberch. He's coming in at 4-star, 4-star, 6'3". Like, well-rounded stats, but I'm going to say this, guys, and I'm going to say this I'd like for the 100 millionth time this year. If you wanted a Gravenberch Evo, you've probably got one better than that. At least on par with that. Now he's got Bruiser, Anticipate, Block, Pinged, Long Ball, Relentless, Press Proven, and Intercept Plus. Really good playstyles. Really good playstyles. He is 4-star, 4-star. It's a good card. It is a good card. He's coming in at an 85 with a Team of the Week, an 86, an 87 with a Team of the Week, an 88, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. What a disgrace of a price point. Never mind on the players, guys. For the upgrades, we've got the attackers and defenders and all this stuff back again. Do we actually just get something from EA? It does not look like it. It does not look like it. No, it's just really, really disappointing. We get Team of the Year Challenge 6 if that wasn't already there. I don't think there's a new icon here. There's not. Damn, guys. Damn. So, let's have a little look at the store, because there's undoubtedly going to be loads of store packs for people to buy, and then we've got two more points of conversation to go for today. Outside of that, yeah, see, loads of promo packs for Team of the Year though, guys. A cheeky little 10-coin pack. Give me a Team of the Year, and I'll stop complaining. No, I didn't think so. So I talked a little bit today on X about these icons. I'm really frustrated with how EA have handled this icon situation. They weren't meant to be not evoable, right? I saw a lot of pushback today on, oh, you wasn't supposed to be able to evo these cards, and that's just not true. These cards were not supposed to be evoed in the first season because you required a World Tour Silver Superstar to enter that tournament, and EA were concerned that people would evo them, not be able to play the tournament and miss out. Subsequently from that, those tournaments have been terrible in terms of rewards. People don't even want to play with them. And EA have now stopped us from evoing these cards. If the purpose generally has become EA don't want us to evo these cards, then 2 things have to happen on top of that. First of all, the use case for these cards need to improve. 1 tournament every 4 weeks that people don't want to play for because it's not rewarding enough isn't good enough. And once you've got 1 player in your team and you can enter that tournament with silver players, your silver players that are evoable because they're not icons are way, way, way better than these icons anyway. Number 2, these players are literally on par with the caliber of players we were given in Season 1, 2, 3, and 4, but now the game cycle has progressed on because we're nearly in February. If this Henry was a 74 rated, with, let's say, 2 more pace, 8 more shooting, 5 or 6 more passing, 7 more dribbling, 10 more physical, and better play styles, if he had technical and ticky, maybe I'll be sitting here saying, do you know what, at least the icons are getting better every season. So it's like they're not there with the power curve. They're not even there with that level below the power curve, but you would still actually be able to use them to a degree in that silver tournament because they're good. But that's not the case. Not only are they not good, they're like purposefully awkward. You know, they're purposefully awkward. Like Patrick Vieira has got a collection of the worst playstyles you could possibly give a player in this game. He's got power shot, which not even just for a midfielder, for any card is terrible. He's got slide tackle and aerial fortress, two of the most useless playstyles in the game. He's got Enforcer Plus, which again, first 3-4 weeks of this game, brilliant playstyle. Then EA nerfed it, and in classic EA fashion, they didn't go from, oh, this is really good to this is just now usable and good. They went from this is really good to this is unusable. And then he does have incisive block and press proven, which are very good. But the thing is, you can't give him the things that he needs. Because you can't Evo him, you can't give him tiki-taka. You can't give him first touch. You can't give him anticipate or intercept. You just got to suck it up and like use this. And it's like, what's the point? This Laurent Blanc card has got aerial fortress, anticipate, long ball and acrobatic for a centre-back or a cam, because that's his other position. And it's just one of those ones again, where it's like, what? Like, look how bad this is. So either like you've got to improve these cards so that they are worthwhile, or you've got to improve the usability of them in the game for the state that they are in, or you got to let us Evo them again, EA. Like, I know, I get it. Like this whole like they weren't supposed to be Evo'd and everyone would then just have like an insane Thierry Henry. Who cares? Who cares? Look at this. Look at my Evos that are about to come, guys. It's unruly for me to Evo a Thierry Henry, a player that I love, my favourite player of all time. It's unruly for me to Evo him to a usable standard. But McDermott, who was initially like a 60, like, I don't know, 40 some odd rated card, no problem getting him up to scratch. Who else have we got? We've got Fryer. He'll be a 79 rated winger / striker. Not quite good enough yet. I'm still working on him, but for a 79 rated, bloody awesome. This Santos, who was like a 50 rated bronze card when it started, no problem getting him up to scratch. No problem. But Thierry Henry, no siree. It just bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And what bothers me even more is that they've started nerfing evolutions anyway, which means even if we could Evo these icons with these nerfed evolutions, they wouldn't be as good as we was able to get some of them from Season 2 and Season 3 up to, which means it wouldn't just matter. It just wouldn't matter again. It just wouldn't matter. It bothers me a lot. Now then, before we go into Footbin, and before we look at the Future Stars leaks, I just want to talk to you guys about EA Sports January feedback, okay? Because this is brilliant. It's brilliant, guys. Let me tell you. EA Sports said, welcome. Remember at the start of the game cycle, guys, that we are listening. We hear you. We're going to be more communicative. Right. Welcome to the FC26 January feedback update. Today, we want to hear from you on playstyles in our latest Discord poll. We will also be sharing additional updates across Ultimate Team and Career Mode based on your feedback. Let's get into it below. I'm thinking, oh, this is great. They're gonna give us feedback on like this icon situation, on evolutions, on the power curve. They're gonna give feedback on the giant pitch trophy issue, if it's still there. I think it is. They're gonna give feedback on the gameplay mechanics that are still stupidly broken. They're going to give feedback on the fact that roles are so overpowered and that play styles are way more important than stats. I'm thinking we've got some stuff here. So they said, we've seen lots of discussion recently around playstyles versus attributes, so we put together a poll to gather your feedback. To kick things off, we'd love to understand how effective you feel playstyles are compared to the impact of attributes. We've also opened up a playstyles discussion for anyone who wants to share more detailed opinions. Based on your feedback, we'll be following up soon with a deeper dive into potential improvements and changes around this topic. Take part in the poll here. So hold on, this is January feedback where you're giving us feedback, but actually you're asking for feedback. And even if we share the feedback, you're going to follow up soon with a deep dive into potential improvements. Solid. But hey, Hey, let's not let lots more to come, right? In an upcoming update, when beginning a new career, you will be able to choose how willing players are to negotiate as their contracts near expiration with the new contract extension setting under transfer and scouting. Set it to normal where the factors like playing time matter, or lenient where 8 players are more open to signing an extension. Okay. And then we're bringing more ways of training and upgrading your club into the game. By the way, I really want to take how disingenuous this sentence is. We're bringing more ways of training and upgrading your club into the game. More ways. Ways, it's plural. It implies more than a singular, right? Coming soon, you'll be able to start training camp evolutions directly in Ultimate Team while they continue to be available through the companion app. Like, on the one hand, this is cool because I haven't done them because I don't care to go onto the app. But also, this just should have been in the game like this in the first place. But also, like, how can you be talking about this being more ways of training and upgrading your club into the game? What? And then, if you thought it couldn't get any worse, thank you for checking out the January feedback update. Don't forget to head over to Discord using polls and FC26 feedback channels to get involved in the playstyles discussion. What an absolute disgrace of a January feedback update. What an absolute disgrace. Honestly, it's like, it's, yeah, just disgraceful. Right. Active SBCs, Gravenberch downvoted because of the price. All of those 88 rated squads, guys. Once again, as per usual, I actually think the card is pretty good. Like, yes, you will have Evos, and just to showcase the fact that you can have Evos, like this Gravenberch base card is already 4-star, 4-star. I mean, you could put him into Line Breaker anyway, right? Just one Evo, guys. One free Evo, and it gets him to more pace, more short passing, or actually, sorry, I beg your pardon, a little bit less short passing, fair bit less dribbling, fair bit less shooting, similar defending, similar physical, and better passing. And it's one Evo in, right? One Evo in. Obviously, you can actually put in some other Evos first. You could put in this Playstyles one, which gives, I mean, that's a banging. The Tiki Taka Tactician today gives him 5-star weak foot, gives him banging Playstyles. We can put him into Block Party and then into all areas. I can't even remember where that is in the thing, but bottom line is you can get like you could have created already a card the better. It's not a bad card, right? It's not a bad card. As I say, I'm not trying to just find things to complain about. With an Anchor Chem style, he's pretty decent. He's 4-star, 4-star. He's got nice play styles, really nice play styles, and nice stats. I just think it's, once again, just wildly expensive. So we've got new marquee matchups. I always like marquee matchups, but yeah, new marquee matchups. But this Ryan Gravenberch, how was Team of the Year worse than Time Warp? It was. Who's really upvoting this? Are there bots working in the background? It's worth 300k more than his Thunderstruck. Normally, I don't judge someone for doing an SBC, but if you want to do this for this price, you must take an IQ test. Yeah, it's ludicrous as a price point. Again, what's really disappointing today, guys, is that I forgot he had the Thunderstruck. I wonder if the Thunderstruck was evoable. What's really disappointing today, yeah, what's really disappointing today is that there's like they've decided it's over already, which is it's just sad. It's just sad. EA have completely killed it. What's really interesting about Future Stars, though, guys, and this is why I don't understand about the World Tour Silver Superstar icons and about how Evos are right now. This is Future Stars Team 1. Who has 2 playstyle pluses? Eusebio, Maradona, Drogba, Pichon, Doué, Esteval, Voltemard, McManaman, Beasley, Carreras all have 2 playstyle pluses. Agumang, 2 playstyle pluses. Maybe they're not perfect ones, but they have them. Which means we're entering into that world. Yet Evos are still capping us at 1 playstyle plus quite intensely, other than some season pass Evos. And those World Tour Silver Superstar icons not only have terrible playstyles and playstyle pluses, but only one of them. And it's like, what are we doing? EA, what are we doing? What are we doing? When, oh yeah, oh man, it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. It bothers me way more than it should bother me. This is Future Stars Team 1. For what it's worth, it looks pretty sick. That Esteval looks pretty cool. And the difference now, I think, even just looking at these cards, like look at that Due card, right? Like, if you think back to that 79 rated left mid Australian guy that I showed you, he doesn't quite have as much dribbling as Due, but he has more shooting, more passing, more pace, and more physical than him. He also has Quick Step Plus, so he doesn't have the second playstyle plus, and I've got cultured, curated playstyles on him. I've got exactly what I want on him that is perfect. Which means even though this Due is going to be there, I have got a card as good as this. And these cards are going to be really, really, really determined by how good their playstyles are. Because, like, Carreras looks very good, right? For a left back, intercept plus, incisive pass plus, banging. Very good pace, very good dribbling, very good physical with good passing and good defending is good. But DeMarcus Beasley, for example, who obviously has left mid and left back, looks awful. Terrible shooting, terrible defending, terrible physical, decent passing and dribbling, and very good pace. But who cares about these cards? EA have opened a can of worms when they introduced Evolutions a few years ago. Not because of Evolutions themselves, because I actually think Evolutions, they've changed the landscape of Ultimate Team. And I think for the better. I think EA need to lean into Evolutions more. But EA opened this can of worms because with Evos now, they have genuinely made promo cards outside of the elites redundant. Even this Esteval, I guarantee you, any Chelsea fan that wanted an Esteval like promo card or like high level card, I guarantee you they have an evolution of him as good as that card. And the reason why is because he's got decent playstyle to start with. Once again, with being only 78 rated, you can curate him and get him anything you want. So he doesn't have a playstyle plus. So even if you just immediately put him to the inside edge evolution, he's now 5-star, 4-star, 91 pace versus 94 pace, 90 shooting versus 89 shooting, 83 and 89 versus 88 and 92. So this is marginally better. Obviously, the playstyle plus, he's got the finesse shot, just doesn't have the tech. And then 62 physical versus 75. But this is literally one evolution. So if then we go back to how we know evolutions work and you apply some of the other evolutions first, whether that be, I wouldn't want creative director, the Tiki Tactician, I wouldn't really want Tiki Taka on him either, to be fair. But you could give him proper passer. And again, if you wanted, like I say, right, what we're talking about here, though, is building a player that you would have wanted. So if you're an Esteval fan, you are giving him all of these things, right? You're going to give him finesse shot plus. I certainly would have done. You could have put him in Team of the Year, build your Team of the Year honorable mention Evo. Like, it's making these cards redundant. It just is making these cards redundant. And instead of EA leaning into Evos and developing Evos in a way that is good for the community and good for monetization for EA, they've thought, do you know what we'll do? We'll just dead off Evos and go back to just spamming promo packs, promos with these deadbeat cards. And I just fear for where this game goes for the rest of the year. With that being said, that Eusebio looks insane. That Maradona looks insane. Drogba looks very good, although Enforcer Plus not ideal. And the Academy Evo, one of the best things that we've had over the last 2 years for Future Stars. Future Stars Academy Evo, pick your own base and playstyle plus. Pick from 11 players only this year, as way more last year. Players get 2 playstyle pluses, likely turn into icons, should be similar to last year. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. With that being said, though, Future Stars SBCs will change my defense. We're getting a Mika Richards, a Dorgu, and a Upamecano. That being said, Future Stars is coming tomorrow. Looks like it's going to be a power curve pusher, which is wild that Team of the Year wasn't. Apart from the Team of the Year cards, everything else about it was garbage. So if you didn't manage to pack a Team of the Year card, you haven't improved your club, because SBCs were too overpriced and not good enough. Evolutions were absolutely garbage, and Team of the Year honorable mentions were similarly absolutely garbage, which means Team of the Year genuinely is ending being absolutely garbage. And that is going to be the end of the video for today. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.